1989 saw a new up-and-comer Upper Deck trying to break on the scene. They were going to be the sixth major card manufacturer. Some critics thought that was too many, that they weren't going to make it. They were charging 89 cents a pack, and that was just too expensive for some people. It's too expensive for me. And some people didn't think they were going to last long, but they were highly anticipated. They came out about 3 months later than they expected. Upper Deck brought some huge improvements to the market that really changed a lot about card collecting. And we're going to talk about a few of those, and we're going to talk about some errors in that set. We're also going to talk about GruntTalksMLB.com as a partnership between this channel and Grunt Talks. My buddy Darren over there is hosting my videos. Thank you, Darren. I'm not paying him. He's not paying me. Guys, go check him out. He's got a lot of cool stuff, sports related, mainly baseball, trivia, cards for sale, funny stuff, videos. Check them out when you get a chance. Thank you, Darren. If someone ever asks you, what is so big about Upper Deck? Well, what they brought to the market had never been done. There's 4 things they did. So they had the foil tamper-proof packs. They had the holograms on the back for anti-counterfeiting. They also had high quality color pictures on front and back. That was the first time. And then they used a real high quality thick white cardstock, and you see it right away when you look at these cards. Came out in really 2 different releases, 1 through 700 and then a 701 through 800, the Heist series, kind of like an update series that they did. Notables in the sets. Okay, we're going to talk about the one everyone talks about, card number 1, Ken Griffey Jr.'s rookie. Everybody talks about this card being like the biggest card in the last like 50 years. So that might be an exaggeration, but it's a big card. So card number 1, a young Ken Griffey Jr., rookie. It wasn't even in a Mariners uniform. They had to airbrush that on him, which was kind of a cool thing about that. It looks really good. Another cool one is card number 117, Gary Pettis. He's holding his own card. Okay, must have a little sense of humor at Upper Deck. Seems reminiscent of the Mike Perez card in the 93 Upper Deck. I'll show you pictures of both of those. Upper Deck kind of had fun with that one. Also, a couple Nolan Ryan cards are really cool. The 145 and 774 Nolan Ryan. One of them is the 3 times Nolan Ryan, where it has 3 pictures of him, and then the last one is him throwing the football. So got some notables in the set. Really, the only thing that's worth a lot of money is that Ken Griffey Jr. rookie. Wow. I heard it's the most graded card in the history of grading. I don't know if that's true anymore. We got a lot of errors to cover, a lot of really cool errors, and let's get started. And starting out at the top, number 5, Sandy Alomar Jr. That's wrong date of birth. Card number 13, Gary Sheffield. Cool guy. 9-time All-Star. 1 World Series ring, 92 batting champion. A couple things going on with this card. First of all, his batting average says 237. It should be 238. And another thing going on with this is really strange. In the top right-hand corner, it says his position as SS for shortstop. Well, that's not the error, but they actually got the SS upside down. Okay, an S upside down looks like another S, but it's slightly wrong because it's a little bit narrower at the top. Well, I gotta show you side by side. I found this picture on the internet. I didn't take these pictures myself. The top one is the regular one, and the bottom one has the inverted SS. So you can kind of see the difference there. I think if Upper Deck never admitted it was a mistake and never corrected it, no one would ever even know that it happened.
At number 37, Brett Saberhagen. This is an uncorrected error. They don't have the correct amount of hits for him. It should be 1,031 hits. Number 58, Casey Candaele. Now, he was traded to the Astros in 88, but they didn't put any stats for the Astros in 88, so that was a mistake. They just left the Astros stats off his card. Number 72, Brian Holton. Now, they have the wrong person pictured. That is not Brian Holton. That is Sean Hilligus wearing the road uniform. They did come back and correct that one pretty early, where, as you can see, the second picture there, that is the correct Brian Holton. Please stand up. Number 90, Rafael Belliard, has the wrong birth year on his birthday. That was uncorrected. 110, Devon White. His doubles should be 56. So that was a stat problem that was not corrected. Kevin Mitchell, number 163. In 1988, his career homers should be 19. I have the wrong number for him. Number 210, Ricky Henderson, Hall of Famer. They have him showing as throwing as a righty when he is actually throws lefty. That one was uncorrected. Number 248, John Candelaria, played for the Mets in 87, not the Yankees as it shows on the back. I'm sure some Mets fans would be pretty offended by that one. That one was not corrected, though. Number 300, Mark McGuire, Big Mac. His double should be totaling 51. And 321, Gary Varsho. Yes, that is the father of Dalton Varsho. They have a problem on the back. His picture there, that is not him. That is Mike Bilecki, his teammate. They did come back and correct that and put the correct Gary Varsho on there.
Number 357, Dale Murphy. This is a big one. This is a reverse negative. These were caught really early in the process. I heard something about the first 2% of cards came out as an error and then they corrected it. And so this one's pretty hard to find, but it's a reverse negative. You can see the letters on his chest are backwards. They came back and corrected it quickly. That error is worth several dollars.
Number 371, Jose Canseco. He was my favorite player at the time. They had a problem with his stats. It says his total strikeouts was 391. It should be 491. That one was not corrected. Randy Reddy, number 474. His strikeouts total listed as 136. It should only be 115. 499, Bill Long. Games is showing as 70 when it should be only 44 games. And Mickey Tettleton, 553. His walks are incorrect. It should be 136, but it actually shows 175. It shows a lot more walks on the back. And Bobby Bonilla, 578. This is an uncorrected error as well. 1987 stolen bases is listed as 2, but it should be 3 stolen bases.
Number 583, Mike Gallego of my A's. Well, it was my team at the time. On the back, we see our second reverse negative of the set. Where on the back, it has him fielding at his shortstop position. They corrected it early, so I'll show you side by side on that one. Mark Grant, number 622, has the glove on the wrong hand. Well, I'm going to file this under like a trivia card. It's not really an error. He is a righty, but he has a lefty glove. I don't know why. Okay, so he might have been doing it as a joke. It's not truly an error. We've seen that a couple times in cards where he was probably just messing around with the cameraman.
Number 627, Bill Schroeder. This is kind of a funny one. So he's putting on his gear, his catching gear in the dugout there. But that's not actually him. That's his teammate, Ron Reynolds, which is really funny because they look the same. They got this curly haired like mullet going on. I'm glad those are not really around anymore. But that's not him. That's his teammate. But they did come back and correct that one pretty early. And they got the correct Bill Schroeder there. 628, Fred Manrique. Kind of the same thing going on. On the back shows him throwing, but that's not him. That's his teammate, Ozzie Guillen. They both look kind of skinny and nerdy to me, but they are two different people. They did come back and correct that. 636, Herb Winningham. This is probably one of the first errors I ever got in this set. His name is misspelt. On the back of the card, on the word Winningham, the second letter, the I, is actually a lowercase l, or it's a number 1, depending on who you ask. But it should be a lowercase I. And they did come back and correct that. But I'll show you a picture here. You can kind of see the difference. 652, Pat Sheridan. This is kind of cool and has a little bit of value to it. Maybe worth about $20. Pat Sheridan does not have a position on the front of the card. Well, part of it's there. It looks like it got blocked out. But missing position, they did come back and correct that one. 659, Jose Canseco. On the front of the card, the bottom right there, it has the Eagle logo for American League. It can be either blue or black. So kind of an interesting one. They're not considered an error and no extra value. Okay, and on to the Heist series. Card number 701, Checklist. Couple issues going on with this card. The first one is an uncorrected error with O to B, as in O to B McDowell is misspelt. It should have 2 D's in it, not 2 B's. But the other issue is crazy. So there's an MLBPA, the Players Association logo on the back. They got it upside down, but they corrected that really early, and I do not have one of these cards where it's upside down. They're pretty hard to get. I'm sure they're worth some money. I don't have a value on that. But they came back and corrected that, put that right side up, and that's really the only one you could find now. So hopefully I can find that one later.
Number 792, Bruce Hurst. This is going to round out our list. On the back, it says Worked Series, though they misspelled the word world, which is kind of interesting. I don't see a lot of other spelling errors in this set, but they definitely did it on this one. Guys, that's our list. Thanks for hanging in there. A fun set. revolutionary set. Changed a lot of things in baseball cards for the better. And leave comments. I will respond to you. Hate comments, I don't care. I'll respond to you. Thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you guys are liking and subscribe. If you're not already subscribed, I'd love to have you on board. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you later.